Head Coach Buzz Williams, will we give questions?
I thought we played really hard. I thought we played for one another. I thought that was obvious. We were not good in transition defense on Sunday, and we were not good when the ball was shot by the opponent in the first 3 games. Our defensive rebounding percentage has been alarmingly bad, and I thought today we played incredibly hard. We played for one another. We didn't give up points in transition, and when the ball was shot, it was easily our best job in being physical and not giving them second shots. Through 3 games, the first 3 games, teams were rebounding 38% of their misses. You cannot win with that sort of percentage. Today the number was 19, and for a long period of time, it was not even in the teens. And I thought that was the separator. Obviously, Aaron's impact was dramatic on the glass, and when you see that sort of effort with the singular purpose of when the ball's in the air, I'm acting as if it's a loose ball and I have to get it. When you take the responsibility, I have to get it. I think when people are watching it from the bench, they realize they're on the bench because I'm supposed to be doing that. And so I think that there's a cumulative effect to how hard he played and how purposeful he was in chasing the ball. And I thought that was great. I thought our team's response in our work on Monday and Tuesday leading up to a noon game was very good. That was a good opening statement. It's my first one in my career. Brent, that was pretty good.
Excellent.
I was pretty succinct, not over-wordy. I've never done that in my career.
I gotta go pick up my kid in a few minutes.
Coach, I know before you said that Aaron has a specific role, and I feel like I know what it is, but how would you describe his role, and how well did that play into this game today?
Unique story. He's at a Division II school, has an injury and has to redshirt. And then entering his sophomore year, the pandemic hits, and at that time, they were going to have a season. And then because of multiple things, they didn't. And he transferred late in the semester to go to Grayson. That's the county where I'm from. The head coach is Scott Monarch, who was the first hire ever in my career. He's the first person I ever hired. We couldn't go out to see all of these guys, the 8 new guys we'd never seen in person. And so I trust Monarch completely. And he worked for Coach Orr at Navarro after I left. His role is to be an elite level per minute rebounder. His role is to make sure that he gives us as many extra possessions when we're on offense as possible, and to prevent not only his man from getting it when the opponent shoots it, but for him to get it. He's got a long way to go. There's been a lot of things that have transpired that are brand new to him, but his response every day since he's been here has been terrific. He's a really good person, incredible mom, been raised the right way, wants to do right. It's just been really fast for him mentally, and it's been really fast for him physically. But he's an explosive vertical athlete, and the one thing, I don't know that it's a tangible skill, but J-Mo mentioned it, and when he said it, he's right. When the ball's in the air, you know he's going to get it, but if he gets it, he's got it. It's not tipping and tipping. He's going to get a rebound out of his area, and when he gets it, he's got it. And those extra possessions, we had 14 offensive rebounds, but 12 of them were straight up. Well, he got 5 of them. That's big.
And beyond just the rebounding, for into your gym on a noon game, energy seemed to be the spark plug that y'all needed there a little bit in the
Well,
first half.
I think we have to play regardless of timing. Obviously, this was based on Maui, and we were going to lead. All of those things. Regardless, whether we play in Vegas, whether we play at Maui, whether we play at noon, whether shoot-arounds at 6 in the morning, regardless of all of that, we have to build the habit that we play incredibly hard and that we play for one another, that we don't have drama bubbling up from the surface. We need all of our guys to be the best that they can be, and we need to overwhelm guys, teams, because of our energy and because of how hard we play. That has to be a skill. Our bench has to be a skill. Our number of weapons has to be a skill. How hard we play has to be a skill. And Aaron has a skill. He has a niche, and that niche changed our team today. Just that. And we have multiple guys that can do things other than just rebounding. And it's the cumulative effect of all of those things.
Buzz, as a coach, you allow yourself to be as entertained with that, what turned into a slam dunk contest there in the second half as everybody else.
Well, I took Aaron out when he missed the second dunk of his game. I think he missed one in the first half and one in the second half. I thought he was smiling like I'm semi-embarrassed. I know I was supposed to make it. We can't give away the possession. I know you want to dunk and you have your own criteria of what a good dunk is, and Q's looks really good and this and that, but like I'm too old for that and we can't give away that possession. So maybe I should be more entertained. Just make it. Just make it. You can post it on your Instagram later and I hope you get a lot of likes, but just make it. Just make it.
In the second half, Coach, defensively, they stuck on 3 points for, I think, 16, 17 minutes. Is that the best stretch defensively you guys had all year?
Yeah, I think you can look it up. I haven't looked at all of it yet, but I think for the first 10 or 11 minutes, they didn't score. And I thought we were playing at a feverish pitch in regards to what we want to be like. And I think a part of why our defensive numbers were so good today was that when the opponent shot, we got it. The things that were hurting our numbers in the first 3 games was not necessarily that we weren't doing right defensively. It was they shot, and then we didn't do our job to finish the possession with the rebound. And that we're not going to be good enough to overcome that teams can get multiple shots. And then we need to try to, I think we're 37.4% of the shots we missed after 3 games, we got back. That's great. 37.2% of the shots our opponent shot, they got back. So it's a push. We can't do that. We can't do that. And we identify guys as, and this may have been the way your coach coached you, on the rise of the shot, when you're on offense, are you getting back or are you going to get it? So everybody's a go-get or a get-back. We don't know because the sample size is still a little too small. We're probably going to have to play with 3 go-gets because we're going to be so reliant on we have to create extra possessions for ourselves offensively. But then on the other end, when the opponent shoots it, there is no go-get or get-back. All 5 of us have to get it. And today that was distinctly better than it has been. We have, I think we do a great job coaching rebounding. We have a report card. It's rebounding effort, and we break it down, and you're graded. Every player is graded on every possession they play from an offensive rebounding standpoint relative to their responsibility and their defensive rebound responsibility. I was not a good rebounding coach. I was just hollering rebound like a fan early in my career. And the older I've gotten, and I learned a lot of it from Tim Floyd, how important rebounding is. And then I don't know that we've necessarily turned it into a science, but we have broken down the responsibilities in each category. So when we're on defense and the opponent shoots, well, they have get-back guys. So whoever was guarding that get-back guy on the rise of the shot, our guys have a responsibility. On the rise of the shot, when you're guarding one of their go-get guys, we have responsibilities. And I think our guys have learned that already. I think we've taught it earlier than ever before. We started doing it in practice. We scrimmaged 4 times, one against an opponent. 3 times we brought in SEC officials, and we did the rebounding effort after every scrimmage. That's helped. But the whole key is rebounding effort. And today our effort was distinctly better than it has been.
Where did you learn that from Tim Floyd?
Yeah, it's, I love old people, and Coach is not old, but I for sure love old coaches and any coach. I love coaches, period, regardless of sport. But, he spent most of his career working for Coach Haskins. Obviously, I knew Coach Haskins at an early age. He didn't know me, but Coach G coached at UTEP, so I had a great relationship. So if there's 5 things, if you were to ask that group of coaches, Doc Sadler, Tim Floyd, any of that group, transition defense, they'll always say it's one of 5 things. Defensive rebounding, that's all of 5 things. Shot selection, and then you have to figure out relative to your team what the other 2 are. And so how do you teach transition defense? Like get back. Okay, well, there has to be more of a plan than that. How do you teach defensive rebounding? Well, it has to be a plan more than just a rebound. And so Coach Lair has been phenomenal. Obviously, I worked for Coach from 2000 to 2004. And then 1 year at Marquette, he was with us. 1 year at Virginia Tech, he was with us. And then obviously this is his 3rd year here. It takes an enormous amount of time. Like when he does rebounding effort for this game, it'll take him 6 hours. Because when the ball is shot, each person has a responsibility. So you play it and you watch the one guy, and then relative to what he's supposed to do, did he do it? And then rewind it and do that for every possession. So, for instance, and this is too much, but thanks for asking. So, you have the ball and you're my guy, and you pass the ball to Logan, and now Logan shoots it. I'm guarding you, and I'm on the weak side, and you get back. So me and you are guards. So now I'm on the weak side, and 78% of shots that are missed go to the weak side. So you're a get back, and now I'm on the weak side, so I have to mash down on whatever big they have on the weak side. It's just a numbers game. All rebounding is a numbers game, because if 79% of the balls are going to end up on the weak side, then you have to have more numbers than they do. And so it started with Coach Floyd early in my career. Coach Lair has taught me a lot, and then I just spend a lot of time on it, buy all of those championship production rebounding clinic tapes and just study it, because I think it's the Ken Palm, the 4 factors to winning, and turnover percentage is one, your free throw rate is one, defensive rebounding percentage is one. It's always going to be a core to, you can study any of the successful teams that advance in the NCAA tournament, and turnover percentage is a big part of it. Defensive rebounding, those things are always going to be core to winning.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, can you talk about Tyrese Radford? I mean, how many minutes he gets and how he affects games?
I thought it was the best he's played today. Obviously, I have a long-standing relationship with Boots, and I'm as big a Boots fan as there is. As a person, as a player, his mom, his dad, his stepmom, incredible people. And so there's a history there that is heartfelt. And I don't think that he has been bad through the first 3 games, but I don't think he's been Boots. And I thought there were glimmers, flashes of him today. His energy, finishing with contact, rebounding out of his area. He's not super vocal. That's not his nature, but he completely knows what's going on. And I think he's going to be a big part of what we're doing because he's kind of a hard guard, and he can guard any hard guard. And so that's who's going to match up and guard him, and then how are we going to match up and who he's going to guard. And I think he's kind of a swing vote type guy, and we've always been good with those switchables. He doesn't have a position. It's just a hard-playing guy that makes winning plays on both ends. And I thought today he was a lot better. Yeah, he was. He was.
I know early in the season you talked about the consistency of Henry Coleman. What are you a little surprised by the little valley he's hit in the last few games?
I pulled him out real quick in the first half, and I pulled him out because he didn't do his responsibility relative to defensive rebounding. And so on the rise of the shot, you have to look away to identify, is Brent coming to the glass or is Brent getting back? And as you're looking away, you got to take 2 steps. But it's not Henry, it's any player. Shoot, and just watch the ball. Okay, well then you fell. Sub. We can't do that. His presence physically, we need. I think we're doing some good things that fit his game offensively. He has to have Aaron Cash-ish. Everybody's concerned about him going to the glass. He has to be University of Houston, that ball's in the air and we're playing with the bubble on it, and here he goes. And so we need that from him offensively, and then defensively, it's got to be, I'm wanting to hit someone. His dad obviously was a really good football player, and I always, he became a defensive end, his dad did. And that's what I always talk to Henry about. You have to be a defensive end relative to the ball. You have to get the ball when it's in the air. That's the quarterback. The ball is the quarterback. And we need he and Boots and Aaron to do that. And then if we can get JB and Ethan, and I think Ethan has come a long way. Ethan is elite prior to the shot. He can run any play, and then defensively he can guard any ball screen, has a really hot feel for how to play on both ends. But then on the rise of the shot, he has to help us on the glass, and he was better on Sunday than he has been, and I thought he was distinctly better even today.
Anything else?
Were you speaking in third person there when you said Brent?
No, I was talking about
Tim,
you. I almost, yeah. I rarely hear that.